It is my leave. Today, sir, I have one movie. Oh, it means a web series. So I was just watching that movie before time. So
So,
that's why today I didn't go to temple.
so it's a Hindi medium or English medium.
Yeah, yeah, Hindi movie.
So try to listen English movie. It will be also far means it's a good for you.
Yeah, sir, I don't like to just watch any English movie. I like to watch only English little bit short video, like that any motivational types English video. I prefer to watch that type video because in English movie over there just it means speaking is very hard. It means it is not a very easy. He person can get it in one way. So that's why I don't want to prefer to watch
Arun,
English movie because they are just making it like that acting time, na? Because they get the it means script after that they can make it. That's why I don't like to prefer. One of the sir tutor, na, he told me this thing. Whenever you just speak this language, so you should try to just listen motivational types English video. Don't just try to watch any English movie. After completing some months, some years, you can go over there. You can watch English movie and you can try to just understand this thing. But in your initial time, you don't go over there. It means you should not go over there.
but Arunji, as per my experience, so connected with a lot of people, so they guide us as like all we are using computer. So computer what's doing as like input, process, and output. Okay, so we need a lot of input regarding English. So I think, as per my view, if you watch English movie, it will be also good. Yes, first time, second time, third time, you face a lot of problem. What are they saying? What are say you can't understand. But if you utilize earphone, and I hope after one, two, three movies, you will 100% understand what are going on because uh, we see that in movie means what one history in one movie. Yes, so without audio you can watch only video, then you can also understand something. So as per my Amana sir, you want to say something regarding this?
No, continue. I'm listening. I don't think I have any opinion because I haven't thought about it. So I'm not ready to say anything.
Okay, okay.
All
So
right.
as per my view, Arunji, I like we are using computer, so we need to keep keyword means any we type, then result will see in a screen. So that's like input, process, output. But computer taking microsecond time for this. So I like we also need input, a lot of input. Doesn't matter which department we received. So if you watch only Hindi movie, that means your mind is only Hindi. If you try to English environment, English, so it will be also very good as per my view.
Yeah, no, sir. Sometime I watched. It means a Hindi movie. Every day I don't watch. It means Hindi content.
Yes, yes, not
It means today na I got any. It means a good web series. So I wanted to just watch that movie. That's why I I had just downloaded that movie. After that, I want to just watch that movie because uh, I heard so much. I heard so much good thing about that movie. That's why I wanted to just watch that movie. The usually I don't watch to Hindi movie. It means usually, sir, I want to watch in English content. Whatever it means, I get any English content, so I try to just to listen that content. It is my just regular practice, sir.
So Arunji, can you share today's topic? Which topic we will discuss today? Any idea? Hello, Arunji, you have any idea regarding today's topic?
Sir, have you given any topics sir, on WhatsApp call? But right now I don't have any topic. Have you given, sir, in the morning?
No, today not provided. No, it's as you wish. Means not provided means we can start any topic. So you are new
Okay.
person. You are new person. So if you decided topic, then it will be good for you. Which topic?
Today, sir, I was listening to some Srimad Bhagavad Gita content little bit on YouTube. YouTube. So over there, I have just listened 4 to 5 just things how to just run our life. So I would like to just tell about little bit that is just content. So can I just speak on that?
Yes, yes, sure, sure. Please, Arun.
So over there, na, sir, I have learned first of all one good thing. Whenever if any person, it means if any person just lives in world, so we have just we have to just need to hide so many things. It means in front of the people like that over there just told us we don't just what can I say we don't just right now I don't get it that word it means don't just reveal our two and three things it means we cannot just reveal our three things first is whatever we can earn in our life like that money so we should not just reveal that amount with anyone it is first it means the rules for our life and second is whatever just our relation with our it is any it means our wife yeah maybe our girlfriend so we have to try to just hide this it means a relation we should not just reveal that relation also with any guy with any people these are two just thought over there just is told us. And third is very important. It means our future plan, whatever we have for just growing up our future. So we have to try to just hide that thing also with the people. These are things, three things we have to be hided. So today I have learned this thing. We have to just need to hide three things for our life. So I think, sir, what I'm saying, are you getting, sir?
Yes,
First is,
Yeah, I'm
hello.
hearing.
yes, yes.
Yes, sir. First is be it means we should not reveal our first of all our earning, whatever amount we can learn in our life. So we have to just hide. It means whole amount. We can just reveal. It means little bit amount, but we don't. We just reveal whole thing. You, I'm a very rich man. I don't have any money problem. No, no we don't reveal this thing and second is our relationship whatever our relation with our kids with our family and most of the our husband wife relationship we have to try to just hide it this thing because husband wife they are just suffering so much problem in life so it means most of the time we have to just be hided our just this also relation and our thought and third is our future plan. Because whenever we speak about our future plan, so people just start thinking different. Oh my God, he will be becoming a, I think, a rich man. Oh, why not? We have to try to just stop him. It means I am not saying every people just think this way. I am just saying. I think I am not saying that. See Bhagavad Gita over there is mentioned this type thought. So today I have learned, sir, this thing. And also, sir, I have learned one more thing. It is very nice thing. It means one of the just story was just saying over there on just Sri Bhagavad Gita. The person, why persons are very, it means getting so much tension because of the they like so much or surround the people. It means too much. We have to like every person, but we don't be like it means beyond the just thing. We have to maintain our it means relation with anyone. Uh, even in our family, even in our neighbor, even in our relation, we have to be just maintain our relation with anyone. We don't be a very it means beyond the connectivity. So over there is just saying one incident. One of the just Sahukar, he has a it means a big bungalow. Okay. So one day he went to any it means any yatra. After coming from that yatra, suddenly he came his home. So over there he was just watching his bungalow started just what can I say firing. It means jalna. So suddenly he was watching. He was just seeing this thing. He started crying. Oh my God! My house. My house is becoming it means demolished. So what will I be just alive? So he started just crying so much. Sir, are you listening or not, sir?
Yes, yes, 100% listening. Please continue.
We are listening.
So yeah, so he started that Savkarna started just crying so much. So over there, just one of the guy just he's standing and he just start telling to that Saukar, don't cry now because your bungalow now already has been sold by your son. Your son, your bungalow has been sold. So don't cry now. You are not owner of this bungalow. So suddenly, after getting this, just 1 minute. Okay?
Yes.
After getting this just news, na, Saukar, he started laughing so much. Oh my God. Oh, I'm very lucky. Right now, that house is not my house. Already my son just sold that house. Oh, he just started giving so much blessings to his son. Oh my God, my son is very clever. He just sold this house. I am very lucky. It is not my just, it means, what can I say, lose. So he just saying like that. So suddenly that Saukar son has come nearby his. So then he just start giving so much blessings to his son. Suddenly his son just so his son he's saying to her, it means his father, I am just talking with for selling this room, but still this room haven't just sold yet. His son just saying his father, we are just talking with another, it means, what can I say, it means purchaser, but still our bungalow, we haven't just sell it. Oh my God! Again, after listening this, it means talk. He again, it means Saukar starts just crying. Oh my God! My just property, it will be just, it means decreased. Oh my God! I can't believe without having my that property. So, what is the just thought of this it means story? Whenever we attached anything very much, so that's why we are getting so much trouble. If we are not attaching with any means thing so much, so we don't get so much problem, we don't get so much trouble. So that's why over there is just saying if we just attach with anyone, so we should try to we should just try to be a little bit attachment, don't be try so much attachment. So these are just saransh of this story. Yeah, sir. Thanks for listening. Today I have also so many it means incident, but right now I can't just get it whole incident. So I it means I have just remember only two just saransh from just Bhagavad Gita. So that's why I could able to just speak now. Yeah, sir. Thanks for listening. Thanks for
Very
giving me
nice,
this
very
chance.
nice.
Very
I
good.
would suggest
Thank you, sir.
that you should, if I can suggest one more thing for you to read, that will be the Ashtabakra Gita. Have you heard of it?
No, sir. Which name, sir?
This is Ashtabakra Gita. So Ashtabakra Gita is a conversation between Raja Janak and Rishi Ashtabak. And in that conversation, Rishi Ashtabakra is explaining what we are. And pretty much the conversation goes on the same line, what we are talking about. So that is a those of us who really like to know and read philosophy is a good work to study and and say something about that. So let me see what I wanted to say on the. I would recite a sloka and tell you the meaning, since I have been reading it right now in my ashram. So let's see which slok I should pick. There are so many slokas. There are 600 slokas. Uh, there are three sloks which I can recite quickly. Uh, okay, so let's start. Ashtabakri, Raja Janak is asking, Katham Jnanam Bhaproti, Katham Muktir Bhavishyati, Vairagyam cha Katham Prapte Bad, Pruhi Mam Prabho. So he's asking Ashtabak first has to establish himself in Raja Janak's court as a top scholar. And once he becomes the top scholar, then of course now Raja Janak is asking questions. Okay. So in this, his question is that Katham Jnanam Bhaproti, how do you acquire knowledge? Katham Muktir Bhavishyati, how do we get the liberation? Vairagyam cha, how do we get vairag? Like, staying away from all the desires. Please, uh, please tell me, Bruhi Mam Prabho. Please tell the whole philosophy how to do this. So then Ashtabakra starts replying, and there is a whole book. I'll just recite the very first sloka, and then I'll explain the meaning of that one. Mukti michati chit tata, vishayan vichyatyaj, Chamarda Bhadayarto Satyang Piyus Badbhaja. He's saying that if you really want mukti or liberation, then first thing you have to do is Vishayan Vishyatya. The desire is the worst of the worst poison. So that comes in our heart, our mind. So we need to if we really want mukti, then first thing is that we have to control our desire, because that never ends. You get a simple job, and then you want a house, and then you want family, you want children, and then you want to get like Lalu Prasad, the whole of the India you want in your pocket, and that thing never ends. So that's what he's saying, and then slokas goes on. So I would recommend, if you like philosophy, then this is a good book, Ashtabakra Gita, a, a good read for anybody interested. I see Deepak ji, namaste.
Namaste, Deepak sir.
Namaste to all. Namaste Amarnath ji. Namaste Pankaj ji. Namaste Arun ji. How are all of you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir.
Sorry, I've not been able to join some of the recent sessions. I've been keeping extremely busy. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, but I have simply not been able to find the time recently to join. I'm sorry for that.
No, sir, it's our daily routine. So we do
All
this.
right. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So, how are you, Amarnath ji? Amarnath ji, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, it's going very
Good, good.
well.
Yeah, yeah. Carry on with what you're saying. I was listening quite keenly. It was good
Yeah,
knowledge.
I was just we started conversation about the Bhagavad Gita, which Arunji was talking about,
All
and
right.
then basically he quoted a verse where Krishna is telling. Maybe Arun, you can you can say somebody one more time. And in that context, I said that just like Krishna has a Gita, there is another Gita called Ashtabakra Gita. And the difference is that Bhagavad Gita, which we all know of, is a discourse between Krishna and Arjuna, where Arjuna is confused and Krishna is answering his questions and trying to, eliminate his confusion.
Okay.
And there is another older incident in which case Raja Janak is confused. I mean, can you imagine Raja Janak being confused? So Raja Janak is confused, and then he is asking questions to Rishi Ashtabakra, and Ashtabakra is answering the philosophical question. So that is what uh, we were talking about. And basically this whole discourse happened is very very simple. Another very interesting story associated with that, when Ashtabak established himself as a top scholar in Rajajana court. Of course he was revered by all, and so one night Raja Janak has a dream. Okay, that's like we all have a dream, and it was a very terrible dream, very fearful dream. Basically, imagine that he was himself finding himself in the snakes around him and all other things. Basically, all the bad things you can think of, and he was there, and he was being beaten by all these snakes and other things, torn into pieces and all that. And so he was kind of, once he woke up from the dream, he was perspiring. My God! So in the morning, in the night he could not sleep. In the morning, um, he had a question. He woke up and then he found everything is normal. That which is real? The one I experienced in my dream, is that real, or the one which we have right now experiencing? This is real. So this was the confusion for him, and from there he invited rishis to come and discuss with him, answer his questions. That is the context of this Bhagavad
Okay.
Gita.
Very interesting.
Continue, Pandey.
So actually, sir, we
Uh,
first
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, sir. In my side, just completed, sir. Right now, I don't have another just story. Today, I have just listened. That's why I wanted to just share, sir, with you. That's what
hey, it's
I
very good.
I shared with you,
It's
sir.
wonderful. It's wonderful. I mean, Gita, you can keep talking for multiple life and it will never end, right? We have been doing it for God knows 7, 8 thousand years. So it's very good to talk about Gita.
So, sir, today na, I have decided na, every day na, I have to just try to listen every day little bit Bhagavad Gita by using mobile phone. I don't have patience, sir. Na. That's why I am not going to just read every day. So, but I have just one idea for just learning by just using mobile.
Yeah,
So I am just thinking nowadays.
yeah, it's associated story. that I also didn't know about this book. So I tell you the story how I'm now learning. In our temple here, uh, in the ashram where we go, it is Ars Vidya Center, and it is purely Advait philosophy. There, Shankaracharya's philosophy is taught there, practiced there. No puja part or anything happens there. It's completely Gyan Marg. So we have a meeting on Saturday and Sunday where our Swamiji, of course, he gives lecture and meditation. These are the two things in the Gyan Marg. And in that process, we are, some suggestion came that that's not sufficient. So we should have some reading session of the Sanskrit text. So that led to a separate meeting, which happens on every Thursday, where one Sanskrit and philosophy scholar, she's a scientist too, by the way, she's a university professor. She took up this thing. She's from Chennai, fluent in English and Sanskrit. So she is teaching us Ashtavakra Gita for every Thursday for an hour, and that's where I learned about all these stories and slokas. Because every day we probably do 3 4, I mean every meeting we do 3 4 slokas, and then we are proceeding. It's like 500 verses, but probably it will take 2 years to go through the whole verses. So that's how, um, and then see how the how the scientific brain works. So when we started with this class, basically there is more American than Indian in that one, and mostly all of us are retirees who have time now to study philosophy and meditate on all these things.
Oh, and more Americans.
Yeah, and
Oh.
so there are more Americans in there, and not only more Americans. It happens on the online. So people from all over the world, different areas join. One day that class was missed. Then I came to know that there are people from Scotland, from Venezuela, from Mexico. I mean, Australia. I didn't know that one because one day when the timing changed, the class, American timing it changes. Doesn't mean that same time European time zone changes or the Australian changes. But she forgot to mention that one, that tomorrow is a time change. So many other people were earlier in the meeting for that meeting, and they found that no American is there. So then we found out that there are people from other countries, and so then what happened is that once we went into the class, uh, it came to her that it's going very slow, and the reason it is going slow is that we don't know Sanskrit grammar at all. So she took up herself to start teaching another class on Sanskrit grammar. So that class is also going on now. So we started right from the basic alphabet, A, A, E, from there, what is swar, what is Benjan, because now she's teaching to American. I mean, for us, we know, but many things I didn't know how we say uh, all the, like, for example, the Vyanjans we learn in our Hindi or other languages, it doesn't have halant in it. But in Sanskrit, you cannot write simply ka. It has to be ka halant, cha halant, because they are not independent. So this shows that they are not independent. In Hindi, we simply write ka. No, every cover, chavar, everything. That was my first discovery about Sanskrit Vyakaran. That it's so ka, which we write in Hindi, it is ka plus o is equal to ka. Otherwise, it's ka halan plus o is equal to ka. You can call it now. So it's very interesting that how one thing leads to another. So you never know. You'll pick up some new ideas, new things anywhere. Dilipji, tell us about your experience in similar type and unusual experiences. I call it unusual experiences.
I think Deepak sir is only means
Sorry, say
I
that
said
again.
that
I didn't.
Sir,
If you
before
have any experience, maybe you can share with us. Similar type, unusual learning,
Sir,
Nothing
which was
comes to
your design, but
mind.
you started learning about it.
Uh,
sir, sir, can I just speak little bit, sir?
Yeah,
yeah,
sure. Go ahead.
Sir, sir, I'm just thinking, sir. Sir, it means, how can I just recognize the slope, sir? I can't, sir, able to just recognize in my mind. But I can see that my father, na, he's a lots of slogan, he's a lots of dua and chopai. I don't know how he can just remember so much. It means slogan and how to do this, sir, this thing.
I have seen similar thing to my father. He was a Sanskrit teacher, and he was educated also in Banaras Sanskrit University. And every conversation I had, like when I become like little teenager, when he would talk, normally he would quote something in Sanskrit. By and so of course by default I learned many slokas because of that association with him, that he was my best guru uh, and father. But the answer to your question is that some things you have to do ratta. If you really want to retain it for the long time, he told me that by understanding is not good enough. You have to understand, but there are certain things right from the childhood you have to do some ratta in it. Like for example, all those rupas, like I'm sure you in high school you have learned about Rama Ramo Rama, right? All the Saptami.
Yeah, yeah, sir, yeah.
Yeah, everybody has those who have studied basic Sanskrit. So he emphasized, and even now this teacher which she is teaching right now, we are doing Vibhakti, and she said that you have to do this one. At least, for example, Akaran, you have to learn one. Say, for example, if you learn how to do 7 by 3 for Ram, Rama Ramo Rama, Ramam Ramo Raman, Raman Ramabhyam Ramay, Ramai Ramabhyam Ramabhyah, like that, all the way to go to the Saptami Vibhakt. Then there are hundreds of other words which is exactly like same. And for example, Balka. Balka is exactly a grammar. Balka, Balko, Balka. I'll say only in Prathama. Eh? Chatra. Chatra, Chatro, Chatra. So you learn one, and Sanskrit is so structured in grammar that there is no confusion about what you have to use. It all depends on what vibhakti you have to use, and there is an exact word for that, for ekbachan, for dvibachan, and for bahubachan. And there are 7 cases. Oh, that's another thing I learned. I had no idea about, like karak we say in Hindi. I never knew what is the name for them in English. Do you know? Anybody can help me there? If not, then I'll tell you about that. Anybody has idea what is like all the vibhakti's name? We know always Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shastri, and Saptami. But physically, what they mean? और राम ने क्या है रावण को धनुष से something like that we have learned all in school, that vibhakti. But here I learned that they have a name for in English. They call it uh, nominative. Is prathama vibhakti what we call is nominative. And I think I will have to consult my book, so give me a second. This is my notebook, by the way. This is where I store all my works from the class. And I'll give you, so Vibhakti, I'll tell you here to explain, otherwise I'll forget. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to explain to you from my notebook here. I hope it is visible a little bit. So I'll explain how they have taught us. So basically, what she is. I should take this one. So basically, what our teacher said that you have to do ratta. here is the key. What we have here is all the 1 to 8 vibhakti, we call it, and there is an English name of that, which I'll explain to you. And then what is the table is like ekvachan, dvibachan, bahubachan. So it is 3 by 8 matrix. Those of you who have learned mathematics, it comes handy. This is the first time I got good use of my mathematical brain, easily comprehended this. Oh my gosh, here is the matrix. Okay, so that's what it is. And now what she did is that she said that here is the key. There is no, like for example, there is no Ram, but how Ram is going to be in all the 8 vibhakti is she gave us the key, like exactly like Rama, Ramo, Rama, for example, is the Prathama nominative. So here she is giving the key. Forget about Ram right now. You have a blank here, and then at the Tutiya it is like O, and Bahubachan it is Ah. So if you remember this key, you can easily, one key you remember, hundreds of words. If you have memorized this key, hundred of words you can easily produce. Rama, like Rama, Ramo, Rama, Ramam, Ramo, Raman. So this is from this key. So sometimes ratta is necessary. If you want to slokas, blindly learn some slokas, most important slokas, which is every day available, and practice it. Practice, practice, practice. There is no other way. So you understand it.
And on
Thank you.
that, sir, second track, sir, Aham Avam Vayam, Mam
Yes.
Am Asman, something.
Yes, I do. Actually, very interesting. That is what we are learning. It is called Asmat and Yusmat. Have you heard of that word? So first we finished all these nominative, like which is noun, and our second one we are learning the Sarvanam. So this part which he is saying about that is the pronoun. That is what is different. So it is all online. If you guys have interest in Vyakaran, I can send you the link. You can watch all the videos. You can, in your free time, you can learn Sanskrit. Also, if you want to see how she analyzes the sloka, she reads the slok, how to read it, how to remember it, and she breaks it down into pieces. She does Sandhi Vichhed of that one. That is the second part. And then one more time, all of us, we read together in that recitation. Everybody reads one time sloka together. She has first read herself. She has done the Sandhi Vichhed. Now she asked us to read with her, like musical form, metric form. In Sanskrit slokas we do that. And then after that, she explains Anvaya. Anvaya is a prose translation of the sloka. So that is what, now you have already Sandhi Vichhed of each word. So now she puts it together. She does it in Sanskrit for us. And then she goes to explain that in English. She gives us English translation. And then we move to, if anybody has any question answer, then we move to the next one. That is the format. So every reading class, I think she has stopped for a while. She has paused, but we are able to do like 3-4 slokas only, 15 minutes on each sloka. That's how we are doing it. And so she thought that we were like not even like a kindergarten student in Sanskrit. So said, no, this is not going to work. You guys have to learn grammar first. Let's start with the grammar. So I was lucky that it all happened it was like God's grace. If suppose if it was happening in the middle, if the course was going on for say 6 months or a year, if I had joined, I would not have started. It was my good luck that then I started joining this ashram maybe 3-4 months back, and then they planned all these things to happen. So I had interest, and I said, "Whoa, this is a good use of my retirement time. I'm going to learn Sanskrit, and philosophy both." So that's how I am in this. So yes, please do rattas, and sometimes maybe on Sundays we can talk about slokas. We have a scholar, our Pathakji. He's willing to tell us about it. So maybe come up with 3 4 slokas, whatever,
Kadilalu,
and we can discuss with Pathakji on Sundays.
sure, sir. And sir, Deepak sir, till now, what
Hello. Yeah.
what's your
No,
opinion?
no. I've been listening quite intently. Very good conversation from Amarnath ji. I mean, you seem to have a lot of interest in these areas.
Yes, I mean, I always wanted to study Sanskrit, but I never got time.
Right,
All
right,
of us,
right.
but actually, I think like I, we all come mostly from the scholarly class families.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to call it Brahmin, it's a scholarly class. And
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
call ourselves that coming, we are the, what is the right word? Elite class of Hindu communities, right? We cannot be called elite in Hindu community if we don't learn Sanskrit or speak Sanskrit. You
Yeah.
know, in the when cultural evolution happened in Europe, Renaissance, I think Deepakji, you should be a better one to explain that one to all of us one day. Maybe that is a topic for you one day to explain.
Mhm.
How did it happen? They completely revolutionized Europe in art and culture, and basically, it was expected that all of you who consider yourself an elite, like kings, queens, ministers, scholars, that you are well versed in Latin. So that's how it.
Uh,
Uh,
Actually, my interests are completely different. I I mean, I'm not saying anything is good or bad,
no,
but
no, no, no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have completely different hobbies. I am just engrossed in two things. One is a lot of technology. So I do a lot of home networking. And when I say home networking, it is all about routers and firewalls and LAN connections, VLAN connections, IP addresses, and that kind of stuff. I'm quite interested in that, and I've also written a lot of blogs on home networking. If you go to my website, you'll find at least 10 or 15. I think they are very good articles
Maybe,
on
maybe
yeah,
um, you should one day give a lecture on all your blogs, and
yeah,
especially,
yeah. I'll do that.
we are hearing so much about Chat GPT, right? I mean, it's a
Yes, yes,
buzzword
yes.
everywhere. So I
So
think
that is
since you
yeah,
have so much interest in high tech, maybe one day we should make that a topic, and how can we take advantage of
exactly. So, networking, cloud technologies, of course, that is also related to my profession. But the good thing about it is I'm quite passionate about it, and probably that is the reason why in a country like UK where there are so many technical people all around, I came from India, but because I my job was something related to my passion. I started enjoying my job, and when you start enjoying what you do for a livelihood, that becomes a recipe for magnification, and that is exactly what happened to me. I was working on something that I was very extremely passionate about, and
it.
even with passing time, my passion for technology or for my passion for doing those things has not reduced.
Yeah.
With every passing day, I'm becoming more and more interested in these things. So that is one thing that I can talk about. The other hobby, again, that's a special hobby that I have. I'm quite interested in music. So I play a lot of harmonica. Harmonica is one instrument that I have been playing since my childhood, and that is something I spend a lot of time with. If I'm not doing any kind of home networking, I'm practicing some Bollywood song and preparing for my next recording. So these are the
So
two things that take up most of my time.
I'm glad you brought this topic, because one thing I don't understand. I tell you my experience. My brain, I have done mathematics tremendous amount. I taught mathematics and physics in the college here in America. Of
Mhm.
course, I have practiced my device physics in as a career at making computer chips. But the music notes, how it works, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. Uh, Sani Dhapa Magaresa. I mean, I know very well that this is Aro, Havaro, this is Bakar, all this kind of thing. I enjoy a lot of classical music. That is my, and ghazal, all this. But my brain has not yet comprehended the, whatever is that our Indian music tradition or any music.
Okay, okay, understood, understood. No, no. So to be very honest with you, and I'm not boasting here. To be very honest with you, I have zero practical knowledge of. Sorry, zero theoretical knowledge of music. If
Hmm.
you tell, I can't say how I can't tell a sa from a pa or a dhamare, whatever. I play music purely out of instinct.
I see.
When I was about when I was about 10 or 15 years old, my sister. So there's a bit of a story behind. My sister is a doctor, and she was in her second year medical college when she had a roommate from Nepal called Meera Thapa, and this girl Meera Thapa had a boyfriend who had just broken up with her. They had a breakup, and this girl Meera Thapa had purchased a mouth organ from a shop, and she was about to gift it to her boyfriend, and they had this breakup on the same day. So when she started crying, and in anger she just threw that mouth organ away. My sister was her roommate. They lived in the same room in the medical college. Four girls had to share the same room. So my sister asked her, what should we do with this mouth organ? And Meera Thapa said, you can take it home, give it to whoever you want to. So
Hmm.
what my sister did was, when she came from Calcutta to Durgapur, where I was living, she in her next trip she just gave that mouth organ to me, and I was about 10 to 15 years old, and it was then that I started playing on that mouth organ, and I caught on with it, and slowly over the years I became quite passionate, and without ever taking the pains to go into the theory of music, I just kept on playing, and it came naturally to me. I mean, I've just been copying Bollywood songs, and I think I've done a reasonable job. Now I do stage performances. People ask me to play, and that makes me happy. It's just my story. That's all. Not saying that this is the route to go through.
Sir, can you play
Very nice.
now? It will possible, sir.
Do you want me to play now? Yes, I have the mouth organ in front of me.
Yes,
Please,
please.
please.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Did you like it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, sir. Awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Also,
And
just to say one more thing. Today, uh, pop star of Maithili music industry died. His name was, many of you probably know, Rabindranath Tagore.
All right, okay.
And I just see on the Facebook. He was from Purnia Jila Dhamdaha. He has written so many famous Maithili songs and composed it in 50s, 60s, and 70s. So he was, of course, the stage artist also.
All right,
And
okay.
He was our icon. So if anybody has anything to say, we should, since we started talking about music, we should give a good Shraddhanjali. Or if there, Deepak Babu, if you know any of his song, uh, Dumka
Uh,
Mein Jhumka Hai Long, maybe you can play that. That would be a good
no,
tribute.
I'm only into Bollywood songs. I like Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar. I try to play that. It is just to
Oh,
make myself happy. That's all.
very nice. Okay,
Nothing else. Yeah.
yeah. So what about Prem and Pankaj? You guys play any music? Maybe if you sing, maybe any one of you can sing his song. That would be good tribute to him, because he is actually our first music star of the Maithili cinema and music, I would call it. Like in Indian industry, you guys have a music star from the movies, but in American system or in the British system, actually the music is an independent field, and all the pop musicians, they have their mm, label, and they just compose the music, right, and they get credit for it.
What did you
Yeah,
say the name is? I
Rabindra Thakur.
Ravindra Thakur. Okay.
Rabindra Mahendra was the group, basically two-person group. Rabindra Mahendra,
Okay.
and they composed many um, songs.
Oh,
And one famous song was "Dumka Mein Jhumka Harelon Kasi Mein Kanwali," something like that. Let me see if I can find some that
okay.
one.
I know this little girl, Maithili Thakur. Have you heard of her?
Yes.
Maithili Thakur. We have also met her. We invited her to the UK for a Mithila Cultural Society program here. Sometime.
Yes.
And
But
now I once again my apologies. I'll have to drop off. I need to go somewhere.
yeah,
So
I
yeah.
also have to go because today some Mithila Maithili group has invited me to talk
Oh,
about
good, good.
the reservation policy of Bihar government. So I'll be dropping off
Okay,
shortly.
great.
Please continue. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Deepak sir. It's really lovely. Need to
Thank you,
learn.
thank you,
Yes, sir.
thank you, Arunji,
right.
thank you, Pankaj. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye.
I'll be passive. I'll be still, if until my turn comes, I can listen to you guys. But
Yes,
I'll
yes,
be,
Amarnath sir. Amarnath
yeah.
sir, I have a very, I have one question running in my mind again and again after seeing recent movie, which is, Kerala story.
Yes, Prem.
Yes, hello, Amarnath sir.
Yeah, I have heard about it, but I have not seen that movie. So, you
You
know
should,
what we
you
can
should, you
do?
should.
What we
Yeah.
can do? I have an idea, Pankaj and Premji. Why don't we one day watch that movie online here? Everybody is talking about that movie. We can subscribe. I
I,
can pay
I,
for it.
I have seen, sir, to go to that,
Well, you have seen, but many of us have not seen. But
not
we
seen.
can
Yes,
make it a,
even though, sir, you don't believe me, in our location, there were kind of a sponsor by leader. Theater is free for all of us.
No, but what I'm saying is that we can do it online. I want to see, but I would like to get the company also. So maybe Pankaj, you can establish a session and you tell me we can buy a movie and showing time, and you arrange it, and maybe those who come to this forum, you can invite them to come and we can have a movie showing.
Yes, 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 sure. I also can encourage various people to, join this forum to see this movie properly.
Yeah,
It's really
this is actually
important.
a good way to encourage people to join, right?
Right, right, right.
Marketing, marketing study.
Yes, yes,
Sure, sir.
Yeah, let's find out about it. It should not be. It will be like $2-3 to pay for it, and then we can download it in the meeting, and then we can see it. So
Prem, you have movie or you watch only theater?
theater, theater.
Okay. So I think it's a Netflix something channel. It's available. I think
Netflix, I have subscription, so I'm checking. Might be on Netflix, not
provided
No updated.
not available till now.
Not available till now. Maybe in that mm, for Amazon Prime it having maybe.
So, Prem, you have any idea? As per Amanat sir told us, Ravinder
Hmm.
Thakur sir song. You have anything? You have any idea regarding Ravinder sir?
Ravinder Thakur sir.
Yes, Ravinder Thakur sir song
No, no, no,
in Maithili language because you
no,
are
no.
also from Darbhanga. I think
Ravindra Thakur, no.
you know mine. So, Arunji, you watched or no Kerala story?
Yeah, yeah, sir. I have watched, sir. I have watched.
So, what's your opinion?
I think it is very nice movie. Everyone should watch that movie. We can just we can just get little bit some knowledge. How, how is going on in your India little places. I am not saying, and also I am not sure these are things is happening in our India or not. But little bit we can get it some idea.
And Prem, what's
Over
your
there, sir,
take?
just a story was over there, na? Some girls, they being manipulated. These are things over there is doing only these types of story. Some Muslim person, they are trying to just manipulate some girls or just taking abroad company. These are things.
So it's a practically it's in Kerala. It's really very bad for our society. What's your opinion, Prem?
It's really
Yeah, after
we
75
need to
years of
think
freedom.
about being the Hindu.
Yes,
It is very concerning for all of us.
after 75 years of freedom, this type of thing is going on. It's really very bad for our society.
But that kind of badness is happened by only mullah, Maulvi, these kind of people only because having their mindset having bad or kind of increase or forcefully kind of explore their dharma, convert Hindu to Muslim. This kind of mechanism is going on. So for this mechanism, he can go. You can't imagine at which extent he can go ahead.
So this is
So this is a bad thing is going on.
this type of thing is I like Dimak.
मार दो सारे मुस्लिम को साले को.
No.
Brother, brother, don't say like this way. Every person has a freedom, brother. But
You
we
don't know Arjun. The thing is that if you are from Nagmani background, for example, your father, mother, or maybe your ancestor also was a Nag, right? So you can't imagine that some Nag will not doing to dunk you, right? And some the nature of Nag will always to try to dunk people, right? So the point is that you can imagine which nag going to be dangerous, which nag you going to be,
no,
polite.
brother. If I talk about my just thought, uh, we can't just compare with any animal. Nag always just scared by people, brother. Most of the time. I am just going to tell one just
Yes.
slogan in हिंदी. जब सुबह सुबह नाक उठता है ना तो ही जस्ट वर्शिप टू गॉड कि आज मेरे को कोई आदमी से मेरा पहचान ना हो जाए, मेरा कोई मिलाप ना हो जाए. एवरी डे स्नेक्स जस्ट प्रे प्रे फ्रंट ऑफ द गॉड, ब्रदर. everyone has a quality, everyone, but brother, why we are just thinking this? Because politicians are just playing with people, that's why we are thinking. Without having, it means another person, without just spreading group na, we can't just grow up, brother, in our also life, in our work field, brother. In my viewpoint, anyone cannot just grow up alone. We need to just take so much help from people, help from our relative. We can't
No,
just
I totally
in
agree
my
with you.
viewpoint.
It was kind of example for Nag, but might be that example will be not suitable for you or maybe not liking you. The point is that bichu ka bacha bichu ही होगा, and I don't want this kind of bichu in my society. In my So I can't want to become a relative of my
No, but
this
who
kind of.
who 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 has given this type slogan? Ah, we have given na. Bichu, then you are talking about now. It means people na, Muslim people na, who had given this type just name, Bichu,
नहीं,
animal
बिच्छू
and
means वो people जो
animal and
background of their mentality is also kind of dangerous.
no,
So you
no, brother. I have lots, brother. I am also Brahman man. Also, I have lots of
call is
Muslim
coming
person
one
and
minute.
Yes, Arun, but I think when India divided and a different country like Pakistan, in that time people think that yes, bad people of Muslim is divided and they went to other countries. But after 75 years of freedom, right now we see as like Kerala story. It's a very, really very bad for our society because we know that what's the reason then our country divided in during British rule and before freedom and freedom time because they have no confidence. They want to free other country for only for Muslim. And what happened now means what? जो तेरा है वो मेरा है, जो मेरा है वो तो मेरा है ही. This type of thing. In that time, I think in that time needed by our leaders to know any one Muslim needed to in India. India means only Hindustan. Yes, Prem. If if not, if can't divide our country, it's okay. But if our country divided in two parts, as like Hindustan and Pakistan, that means no any Muslim needed in Hindustan. But in that time, don't know what's the reason. Those Muslim wants to go, they can go. Though those Muslim want to live in our country, they can live. So I think this divide is not naturally good. What's your opinion, Prem and Arunji? You have any idea, Arunji? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we are trying. When freedom of India, 1947, in that time our country divided two parts. Yes. Why? Due to our Muslim people. Some Muslim people wants to we can't survive
Right.
India because here is a lot of Hindu people they, and Muslim people think that here is not our life is secured. So for security of his life,
No, really, something, Gandhi ji also doing something bad, or Hindutva, or, kind of Muslim or Hindu Muslim wala fundamental. It's really bad. If inaugurated one Muslim, kind of country, so all Muslim should be that country, not in our country.
and you
So why are fighting? Why right now fighting about Hindutva or Hindu Rashtriya or kind of various
name
slogan? Hmm.
name you do you know in 1947 Pakistan Hindu population is suppose 20%. Right now, it's 1% or point percent.
Right, right, right.
And in India, in that time only 1 crore, 2 crore. Right now, 20 crore, 25 crore.
Right, right. It's really bad, yeah. It's really bad. चलो बहुत कुछ है. We can
Yes,
discuss for that. Yeah.
but all we know that अच्छाई की विजय होती है. That's all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Whatever bad people think doesn't matter.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ravana type of people always present in our society, but
Correct, correct.
they never win because they think their mind is always bad. So
Right. And for that reason, uh, in that kind of community, if some people having good attitude or good mankind, good nature, also kind of different people having different thought. If having good nature also, it's blame or kind of you know nepotism or various difficulty or challenging also facing their kind of community.
yes, and suppose it's triple talaq. Triple talaq is
Mm.
not good for our Muslim ladies. Yes, any husband.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Their ladies, their mother, their sister is also not having good life. If
Yes,
you think about, because he is thinking it's bad towards other community. He should think about their family first.
and second thing is we all we know that the history of in Kashmir, Kashmiri Pandit
Yes, yes, yes.
in 1992 or 1993, what happened in Kashmir. So I think
Right.
this type of history will never repeat in our country. This type of history is really very, very bad. Suppose that those people living with family and one day they need to leave their house or save their life.
Right.
And not only this, I think in freedom time also, those people, those Hindu people living in Pakistan, and they feel that no, this country is not for safe. So
Right. That is the reason there various migration is going on
yes,
through from Sindh to India also.
yes, you see
Various Sindhi people is in Mumbai also. That's the reason.
a lot of Hindi people. Yes, yes,
Yes. Yes. Yeah. चलो ठीक है. We can meet. We can have more discussion. Okay.
sure, sure.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.